Hey everyone, this is Madam Lucy here, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Last time around, or well, I guess recording session more than episode, but yeah, last time around, we did stuff mainly down here near the Fisherman's Guild. We did hit the 10 to 15 quest for the Rose Guild, started on the Fisherman's Guild, unlocked ocean fishing, and while we could continue that, we're going to instead do some other stuff. Because there is still a lot to do around here in Limbs of Laminsa. Let's start off with something not as important. We've had a standard quest that we've kind of just left around for some time. What do you say we go ahead and take care of that? Dodo's on. I need to be level 14 in order to completely do this quest, so one moment. Rogue is lower leveled, yeah. Dodo's on then. Good for what ails you. There's a hectic flush of panic on Dodazon's face as he looks wildly about Hawker's alley. Oh my, oh dear. What my cask of ale is gone, and it had to be one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the maelstrom, or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Will you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What was that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now go to Fisherman's Bottom and make her inquiries before his cold mind grows worse. Bloody executioners. Alright. They weren't exactly that afraid of giving it away, but I understand being a bit hush about it, given what the name seems to be. So let's ask around. Hello there, my fisher friend. After a cask. Well, can't really say it's your cask, but there was a big fellow come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked Hackies, what would go down nice with ale. Tain't the only thing I know neither. The last were black, and you know what that means. The bloody executioners. Well, they don't exactly seem to be hiding who they are. Small bone cellar. That's a way of just calling them a Lalafell. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Fellows didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Estelicia. From the sound of it, it actually found its way to the people that were supposed to get it. It was just done in an unofficial way. Looking for Dodo's cask of ale, eh? Aye, I'll help you. Dodo's ain't in a bad sort for a swift-haven trader. There was a topper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale. The poxy fool. Well, we seem to have a decent idea of where it is, and it just so happens that the ship we need to go to is right around the corner here. Or does this really count as a corner if it's in the open ocean? Let's not ask questions. The point is, this is where we have to be. So, yee. Let's see here. Young executioner. Hello there. What are you looking at? This is a dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much now. You may be able to scamper out of the rigging to the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for the siren's tea, you gray clodhopper. Begging pardon, Captain, but there ain't no Homocote alive heavier her on her feet than a great deluded rogadin such as yourself. Well, sir, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody sunseeker. Or was he a moonkeeper? What other lands has they got there? But who even cares? Am I right? Who are you, anyway? There was a whole hassle of you afore, but now there's only one. That's a miser trick, it is. No, nothing worse than a miser. This horse on what was a magical admiral. What was his name? He didn't drink nor dancing. But for corals can't be right. Corals! Ha! Of course you're right. Hey there, lassie. Should never doubt myself. Anyway, this magical, I'll call it magical pinch fist. Past decrees like they were farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no magical is harder than a sailing man. We just stopped reaching with our hands altogether. Ha! We invented step dancing. That showed magical pinch hit in his corals. That's right, lassie. Gonna have me all fired up too. Make it you think. He's like, oh, you want to dance all this time? I just thought who was being churlish, but she's Sir, let me explain. No, not I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. How did I get roped into this? Why, you cagey sea fox, dancing like sailing folk, you do? Could swear there was 3 of you. Or was I just... Never mind. He was particularly a sister for now. You ask me anything. A cask of Dodazon's ale. Carried it up top from Fisherman's Bottom my very own self, I did. Had to, matter of fact. We'd already drunk all we had aboard. Of course, Dodazon's getting paid for it someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two. Oh boy. Sir, I'll let you take care of this. Why, you probate... Hey, Horson, that's the tale of that cask you looked in? Blackguards, you dare call yourself a bloody executioner? All hugger-mugger about... Oh, what belongs to who? Dodazon has the cause not to mule about the colors we wear, and you pay him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. Wasn't thinking it through. Good. Huts to fix that, I do. It's what they call a coral failing. Adventurer, I beg pardon for my man. I swear, Lim Lane mistook him for an oyster and gave it a grip for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you script our account with Dodazon? Take this payment to him. Well, we'd be much obliged. You dance with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in ye. That's some long kill on the Astalicia, if you take my meaning. I don't want to know what that poor kid's gonna go through. He'll probably be keelhauled. he probably will be keelhauled, if I were to guess. Anyways, with that done, I'll see you all back at Dodazon. So, just to make sure I'm right about not being able to complete this quest with it. Yep. Because we're only level 10, we would not have been able to complete this quest as a fisherman. So, Rogue or Scholar, it would... No, not Scholar, we haven't gone there yet. Rogue or Arcanist, it has to be. There you are, and not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? I indeed did. Well, if that's the prize I was to receive, but where did you get it? Oh, from the... from the clients themselves? I see. Yes, there's always blustery young fellows like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. How did you say? Captain Monskate is kind to say so, I'm sure. But I hail from Old Dog. We trade with anyone if they have guild to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cast soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. Many thanks to you. And with that, we have learned how to step dance. Yes, that is the true prize of what we just did. Not getting his ale back, but we can now do this. This is probably one of my favorite dances to do in the game as well. I got the Eastern dance as well on my other character, but yee. back on my normal account with the old guild that I used to go with, every time our guild leader actually stream, they go by Mattia Griffin. If you're looking to find them on YouTube, they should be around. But yeah, they're my guild leader, and back when I used to play with all of them more than anything else, well, I would sometimes step dance as in front of them, waiting for them to get out of raids or whatever. Just to be silly. I don't know, it was like a weird in-joke between us. That and glitching underneath this little bridge that we had in our house. Because even though I don't know anything about housing in this game, our guild FC did in fact have a house. Boy, that took so long that I actually got all the way over here to where we're actually going. Anyways, with that done, time for us to talk to Blothoda? I believe that's correct. Hello there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are ye? Any axe-worthy wielders need two hands on their haft and has a blade what can chop clear through a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members trained to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you're of a mind to make the Marauders in your life's work, then our guild welcomes you with open arms. What say ye, lass? Keen to join the ranks? I think I am. Well then, here's a bit of guild history so you know what you're getting into. It's all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes yet? Well, building up would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for a crew's carpenter her to carry an axe on board. But any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe is perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about ye. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art or the marauder who began to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decide your place in this world. With an eye to assemble a crew who of battle-ready sailors, the pirate who started teaching the proper way to wield a chop and blade to the new recruits. And that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. After the Galadian Accord was signed, and though the Marauders Guild was never the same, it was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate element. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to not but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of the new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driving cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. Still keen, are ye? Think it over, then let me know if you decide to join our ranks. I'll think it over a glass of tea, because I actually made the smart decision this time of getting myself something to drink for recording. If you don't believe me, well, let that be the answer for you. For those who aren't aware, on Twitch I'm kind of known for my love of tea. I got in Arizona, not like an actual whole like brewed tea or anything like that right now, but it still works. Anyways, I thought it over and I'm still interested. You decided then you're ready to join the Marauders Guild. Alright then, all that needs doing now is to speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks sneak out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Where Hanzoin's his name? Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye. When you talk to him last, good fortune to ye. Thank you. Well, you're intimidating, but I'm sure you're nowhere near as intimidating as they say you are. Yes, I am Hanzoin, Axe Master they call me. Not the most imaginative title, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our ways to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blothoda, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? I think I am enough of a novice metal fan to say, let there be carnage. I don't know if that's even really right. Whatever. Carnage or something. Very well. Your name? Attend to me well then, Lusaminia. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oftentimes be your own. I present to you this axe as a symbol of your commitment. Your first lesson shall be how to hold it. Now, grip the haft with both hands and set yourself in a solid stance. Alright. Solid stance? I think I can figure that out. we go into here. Over here, there's the axe in question. And let's real quickly set gear to recommend it. Okay. Create a new one of those. And there we go. We're pretty much all set as a marauder. Except for I need to... One sec. There we go. That is... And with this is the last of the battle related jobs that we have here in Lusaminia. But of course, that's not all that we need to do to actually, know how to wield this thing. Brinzoin, what do you got for us? Aye, you cut a striking figure, Lusaminia, but heroic posing is unlikely to cut a swath through your enemies. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Lusaminia. Lost Lands, Wharfrats, and Little Ladybug shall be your his adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. You got it. I have a feeling we'll be leveling very quickly if past experiences are anything to be said. Also, 1 second, I'm gonna just drink these on off because I won't need them in order to initiate auto attack or teleport or anything like that. Alright. To Middle Lusaminia. And just as before, we also now have the hunter's log for this thing. So let's get started learning how to be a marauder. This is the first tank class that we have actually equipped. What are tanks, you may wonder? Well, simply put, we take damage. We take lots and lots and lots of damage. We deal damage, and we take it to make sure that others don't take damage. We want to remain on the top of the aggro of all of our enemies, and yeah. That is the basics of it. Also, we're already level 2 because we ended up in the middle of a thing right there, and level 3. As I said, this was probably going to be pretty quick, and I seem to be right. As for how quick, I am not quite sure just yet, but... Well, that's all the Lost Lands taken care of. Or, no, not all the Lost Lands. I have multiple full of each of these started, but I have not actually finished any of them. Also, we got Main now, which is our second combo ability. Or the second part of our combo. I guess that's a better way to say it. That's all the Lost Lands. Last thing for the quest is Wharfrats. Hello there. And we take out one more. That not only finishes our assignment, but also immediately gets us to level 5. Now, we could head back, but unlike last time, I'm gonna make sure I actually get everything here. Make sure I don't have to come back here later on for reasons. So, give me a moment while I take a look and see what I need to grab from Middle Lusaminia, and I'll be right back. The Marauder Hunter's the 1 through 10 hunters list includes bee clouds, which is an enemy we actually haven't faced, strangely enough, up to this point. But they can be found outside of Summerford Farms. Tiny Mandragoras. There's level 6 for us. We're going overall far slower than we were in the past just because I am doing this on the same day as the previous recording session. So we did not get a lot of rest XP. That is fine though. That should actually work out in my favor because it allows me to do some things I wouldn't have the chance to otherwise. Also, we're level 7 now. I don't know when that happened. Grounded Raiders. Also, we got Berserk now. That is a buff that I will check in just a minute. I probably should have checked what it did before using it, but whatever. I'm sure we're fine. Also, if I'm knowing this class well enough, it's probably a damage boost. It's probably a damage boost. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm actually getting close to dead here. Berserk, give me something. Okay. Got pretty close to dead there for a moment, but we made it through. We also hit level 8. While I'm thinking about it. Give me the good gear that we need for this. That's the thing for Marauder. Wounded Aurochs, which you can find over here. And also, we got a new ability. Rampart. This is a damage decrease. For when we get to dungeons, trust me, you're going to be using this a lot. And if you don't, please do use it a lot. We, the rest of us don't like it when the tank doesn't use their cooldowns. Especially if you main, say, a healer class like I do. Megaloclads are another one on the list that we need to take care of. And we're already to level 10, and we got a few things now. First of which, the Beast Gauge. This symbol indicates the defensive stance Defiance is active, which increases enmity. Anytime you're doing anything with a group and you're the main tank, Defiance goes on. Remember this. Also, if your level is synced down when entering a dungeon, remember to turn it back on, because it does not, because if it was synced, it will be turned off at the start of the dungeon. Or at least it used to do that, and I'm pretty sure it still does that, and I don't want to know, and if it doesn't anymore, oh, thank fucking God. Also, we got Overpower, which is an AoE attack, which looks like this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, typically we would have to go to Lower Lenotska in order to take care of the Aurelia. But we have a phase going on right here where they are respawning. So, hey, I'm going to take that right now while I can. Not going to actually complete the fate, but hey, I'll get some bonus XP for participating, perhaps, if I stay here long enough. Which I most definitely won't be doing. And then back down here where we first met at Ishtola and fought that Gubo. Well, that's where our last encounter is. It's the body. That got us to level 11, taking care of all that. And with that all done, that's every hunt that we need here in Lower Lenotska. So, no, leave me alone. I'll see you all back at the Marauders Guild. You're returned to me a different woman. Already your face shows a harder cast. a realization of the slaughter of which you are capable. But there is much training to be done before you will wield the axe in its full potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make of each string an instinctive axe. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step forward in the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, relentless, such must be your momentum on both the practice grounds and the battlefield. Alright. That's our first quest completed. Now on to number 2. Axe in the Stone. Axe Master Hurwin Zoen wishes you to experience a traditional Marauder training method. I don't want to be part of a guild. Look, I plan to be part of a free company in the future, so thank you for the invite, but I have no interest. Lusaminia, you approach me with a Marauder stride, determined, unswerving, and breathe of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or the dagger? It is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by its thick, heavy blade, and that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a Marauder must possess and develop through a traditional method passed down through the generations of the guild, not guard. A method that you too shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Humber in the practice arena downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. I didn't even remember that there was a second floor to this. Or a basement floor? No, we're not. A basement means above or below sea level, right? Or below ground level? You know what, I'm not gonna question. Brombear! The Axe Master told me he'd be on your way? My name's Brombear. Good it is to meet a new Marauder. Now, we axe builders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right. Our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't use just any old swing. You need to hit the rock just so. Rogim, a fellow Marauder, is waiting just outside the Zephyr Gate by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell you how it's done. Alright. If that's how we're to do this, then that's how we're to do this. I'll meet you all at Rope Grim. I think we should be fine. They didn't seem to spy us. Yep. But we got a new thing for that. A princess trout. That's right here. Unlike other freshwater trout, which make their habitat in swift-flowing waters, the silver princess trout prefers the relative seclusion of inland lakes. This has made the pipkin a favorite amongst recreational fishers who seek a more relaxing pastime. That's enough fishing for right now. I'll be doing a lot of the hunting log, or not hunting log, a lot of the fishing log stuff in my off time and show you the result of new fish that I have caught and where I caught them. Just to give you an idea of where they can be gained. Anyways. Rock game. Hello there. Greetings, lass. Ready to split some stone, are ye? I have 3 nice hard rocks for you to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothing fancy now. Just hit them with a good, solid, heavy swing. Alright. Well, these are the rocks here. Destroy the solid rock with your heavy swing ability. Easy enough. We don't actually click on it, hit it, and wait for an interaction like usual. But hey, I think that makes sense in this case. There we go. What's your thought? That's the way to do it, lass. Now you've got the idea. Why don't you have at him a little harder with that heavy swing of yours? Hold nothing back. Okay. I do not care about fighting any of those enemies right there. I'm interested in smashing rock, because I am a marauder. This is how we do. Where's the last rock? Oh, it's over there. I seem to be very good at missing one or two rocks. There we go, though. Hey, I can see you're a natural. My head's still ringing with the sound of cracking boulders. Take yourself back to Axemaster we're in Zoan and let him know you're ready for something harder. If you say so. Let's head back. Has the training loosened your muscles and focused your mind, Lusaminia? An urgent request for help has arrived from the Red Rooster Stead, and I have chosen you to respond. It appears a hostile group of megalocrabs has unwittingly elected itself the next test of your prowess. As this is your first outing on official marauder duty, you shall be accompanied by a veteran conjurer by the name of Sulkweeb. She awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake. Alrighty. We're meeting a whole bunch of different marauder friends right now, it seems. Well, Sulkweeb. Hello there. How you doing? Hi, Lusaminia. I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous path. I suppose where Zim expects me to give you the details then. And very well. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest near the Mourning Widow in Lower Lenoskia. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your axe. Don't worry, we won't. And since we're heading that way, we can finish up the rest of the hunt of the 1 to 10 hunters log. You know, I feared we'd be a bit closer to the Peastead in question, but whatever. Megalocrab, it's time for you to go. Looks as if nobody's home. Mayhap they knew we were coming. Aid! I need aid! Please, it's our grandson. The sniffers have got him. I told Sayer not to get too close. I told him. Get that weapon ready, Lusaminia. We need to move, now. Okay. Oh! Something very different is going on here. Well, we got an instant on our hands. Let's take part. Ah! Booger and Shay, get away from me, you bleeding great bastard! Alright. Time for our first instance that has a guy and we need to keep them off me. Get off of her! Get off the healer! Now! Let's take it off! I take it off! Okay, we're good. They're off. Now we take care of the smaller two, and holy crap, you are... That earth of yours is powerful as hell. And we got more coming this way. Take out all the crabs. And holy crap, you can really hold your own. I see we really are the flesh enemy here. Compared to you. Go. Oh boy, they keep coming. Another. And another. Oh, frick. Oh, okay, good. We got a friend here. Some of these bastards are harder than the damn boulders. Some of them are. But we got this with ease. Even if they do take one swing. That's just because they ain't dead enough yet. Thank you, miss. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more. But with all these scary monsters about, me mom and me dad, they were both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago. An auroch big as a mountain. But I bet you who could beat it? I make it pay for what it did to me, folks. You can take it easy, son. There's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Lusaminia here who will be glad to do just that. All you need to do is head home with your grandpa. You let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Off they go. Consider your first duty a success, Lusaminia. It's time you headed back as well. Before Wind Zone begins to worry, I've left your corpse for the crabs. We're gonna make him worry a bit, because I have something that I need to do. Believe it or not, because you're were taken care of over in Middle Lusaminia, the only thing I need to do here is take care of the wild dodos. Both a level up and a rank. We also got low blow. That, if I'm correct, is an interrupt, right? No, it's a stun. Dang it. I was thinking of the wrong one. Point still stands. It keeps an enemy from making an attack for a second or two. Or if they're in the middle of casting a big attack, it might help interrupt that attack. Burn zone? The deed is done. So, you shattered the shells of the megalo crab and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our violent crab prove its merit. Well done, Lusaminia. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it is unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror in the land of Lusaminia, ever seeking to expand its territory. And that boy's parents were but two of the many victims to fall to its rampage. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Lusaminia? Nurture those urges. Do not yet act upon them. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for vengeance, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands. Don't worry, I will. And with that done, we got our first tank equipment. Though it did not equip. Because the world does not like... Or, yeah, it did not equip. Because its defenses are lower. Its defenses are lower than the freaking... Oh boy. You know, I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised.